what's up? Hello? A proposition. Can I put that on? Should I keep this off speaker or on speaker? Okay. All right, what's up?
All right, so as you may or may not be aware, I am in serious consideration of purchasing my own ghost town.
Yes.
So the proposition that I'm offering is you and me go in this together.
Okay.
We build up the city. We get a bunch of people to move there. And then, you know, we own a city.
And you still think it's going to be in Texas, or what are we thinking?
It has to be in Texas. It's the only state where we can incorporate a town with no population.
Wow, you've done research, huh?
Well, I have a friend. He's he's a developer in Texas, and he
Okay.
has like thousands of acres, and like he's done this before. Like he has clients that, you know, built up some small towns. Like he's very knowledgeable.
Okay, and we're not launching a coin to pay for it.
No, that's actually illegal. We have to use the U.S. currency.
Gotcha.
Or the federal government is going to attack us.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Well, what do you throw a budget? Like, what do you think all in it's going to cost?
Well, I'm not really sure, but based on the research that I've done, I would say there is a small investment of probably $400,000. So I was gonna just put in the $400,000 myself, but I'm giving you, you know, the opportunity if you want to put anything towards that.
I think I'd be down. Yeah. Just like with the not that you're in any way comparable to Mizkif, but if you're the first your first money in, I'll commit to half. That's fine.
Well, honestly, I really wouldn't want you to do half because I would still want to I want to maintain most of the control.
Gotcha. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down.
I would do like 350. You would do like 50.
Oh, sure, done. Yeah.
You know, and then I would also just you know, have Kick help with some of the money stuff as well.
No, that's fine. That sounds very, very doable.
And to the people who say 0% return on investment, let me give you a little breakdown here, okay? Nick, if this town can somehow reach a population of 10,000 people, we would both become millionaires.
Yeah, sorry, there's a hobo accosting me right now. Okay, we're good. Okay, you said if we can somehow squeeze revenue out of the town, is that what I heard?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a population of 10,000, right, and we, you know, basically we would own all of the property. That's just you know, we would charge rent, sales tax, things like that, you know, and that's a huge return on investment.
No, I'd be down. Yeah, because I'd own like a sixth of it or whatever, right? Something like that. An eighth.
Yeah, something like that. But obviously, 10,000 people is a huge reach, right?
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing it for? Just so I'm on the same page.
Well, I'm doing it for content. I think it'd be good content, but also, if it works out, it's gonna be very profitable as well.
Look, I'm down. Like, I think it's just fun enough that I would be willing to do that. And then we can talk about structure stuff after you've found a prospective town. Wait, so you're just gonna buy a plot of land and then build on it, or?
No. I'm buying a plot of land that has a county with less than 200 people, so we can take over the entire county by voting and changing all the regulations in the county to fit what we need.
I think that's hilarious and fantastic. I'm down. Yeah, that sounds funny enough to throw like whatever 50 grand at.
And I would, we would be buying a piece of land that already has some infrastructure. Like they have some wells, they have some roads, like they have some infrastructure already.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. And then now with Starlink, you don't have to worry about like cabling up the place.
I'll give them a 2-year lease for free. And then we'll just put in the lease that we can evict them at any point if they're not doing shit, if they're just leeching.
And so you're hoping for like people who are like parasocial or wannabe streamers.
Yeah, streamers and people that can add value, right? Well, like somebody who's a plumber, somebody who's a barber, somebody who's, you know, electrician, like people who have like value and streamers.
Nice. No, that's fantastic. One small addendum would be like we're absolutely charging them for internet. In fact, we're not allowing any outside Starlinks, only our own, and they're going to pay.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I think when you first start a town, you have to give ridiculous incentives for people who want to move out into the middle of nowhere that has nothing, right?
Okay.
So you get them to move there first, and then after a while, when it's more established and more people move there, then you start charging.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
You know, if people move there, they're not going to want to pay for the internet. You know, they're not going to want to pay for shit because they're already like taking their whole life and moving into the middle of nowhere.
No, I got a perfect way to kind of run that. It'd be like all the stuff that we're going to charge for. If you're like the first X number of people, you get it free for the foreseeable future, right? Give them a first mover advantage, kind of.
I would say like a 2-year lease, and then it just depends, right? If the town doesn't grow, we go from there. If the town grows, then the first settlers who moved in, we can grandfather them.
Yeah.
You know, really, really cheap living, and then everybody else who moves in after, you know, it would still be cheap to get incentives, but it would not be free.
No, that sounds good. Are you going to pioneer your convenience store in this town?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first shop owner in town.
Is it going to be actually contactless, or are you going to just have a clerk there in the beginning?
Well, yeah, I'll have like a clerk, or I'll be the clerk, I don't know, content, and then, you know, maybe at a certain point it can be like the cashierless, you know, and then they can just use their phone, they scan their phone, and then it'll charge their account with whatever they buy.
No, I like that. That's good. That's very neatly fitting into the plan.
I mean, what do you think about the business model of 50 homes, and then we lease them, probably 1 or 2 year lease, free rent, and then they build up the town for free?
No, I think it can work. It just depends on like what kind of reach we end up having in terms of like who we get to kind of take a flyer on it in the beginning, right? It's one of those things where it's like it'll look really obvious in hindsight whether it works or not because of like, you know, kind of the initial kind of response. So like the only thing I would do is like, I mean, I don't know, like this is kind of your circle of competence, but like, do you think is there a way to gauge interest in this before you actually commit any financial resources, or at least not much financial resources? Because if you just buy a piece of land, that might just be a decent thing to sit on anyways, right? You don't have to necessarily build. I don't know if there's a way to see if like someone will like, you know, express interest before actually throwing the full amount of weight behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to gauge interest before I put money into it, but I mean, I'm just thinking logically, if I'm offering people a place where they can just live for free, and it's like based around streaming and social media and stuff, I feel like I can get 50 streamers to move there, and then from there, I can convince some normal people who want to sell things to those people to like lease a piece of property for free as well, like, you know, like a shop or something. I give them free rent for a year, they come in, they start selling shit, and then, you know, sales tax is you know, could help start making some of the money back.
I think it works. There's some like nitty gritty details like how law and order is going to be enforced, but like I like the
okay, so it's going to take a while to actually be able to have the money to fund a legit police force, right?
Yeah.
So Burger Planet will be the first stop.
The sheriff in town?
Yeah, Burger Planet can be the sheriff, and then
I guess that's fine. I almost feel like we should just only allow like black powder guns or something.
Well, what the no, everybody should have an AR-15 and they strap it on their back and walk around and work around town and with ARs, revolvers, all that kind of shit. Oh, Wild West. You know, there's no crime, but everybody's got a gun.
I mean, I saw one person with a AR strapped to his back at the scavenger hunt, and you're right, no one messed with that dude.
So, I mean, I would say that would work fine. I mean, because our police force is very expensive, so we need to the people, right? Like it's like they're like a militia. They can protect the town themselves.
Okay. And then, are you actually gonna live there any significant time, or are you just gonna run it from afar?
Oh no, I'm gonna live there.
Jesus.
I mean, dude, I have to live there. That's how it's gonna grow. Like, I'm gonna live there. I'm gonna stream building the town up.
All right. Well, I think it's interesting, and I'm down. I'm a little leery about being in so close proximity with so many streamers with guns, but I'm gonna trust that you're gonna be able to filter the people well enough that won't be an issue.
Yeah. So basically, people would send in their applications, right, to me, and then I would choose people to take the lease for the housing if they are, you know, if they have valuable skill sets. Like, I'd be like, okay, we need this many electricians, we need this many plumbers, this many people who know construction, we need this many architects, we need, you know, this many, like, these, like, people with skill sets. And then if you're a streamer, you can just come in as well, but you have to also stream yourself building the town up as well.
Okay. I mean, no, I like that. I think it's a fun little experiment, and you know, the cost doesn't sound too crazy, so I'm down to take a flyer. Essentially, like, I mean, even the full 400 grand, it's like, that's like an event, right? Like, so yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's really not a huge investment for like the potential like returns, in my opinion. You know, for example, they bought Aiden Ross a $10 million warehouse. If you gave me $10 million to fund a town, bro, I can make the best town in America.
How soon are you thinking of, you know, breaking ground on all this?
Well, my friend, he sent me a couple different options. So there's options that have no infrastructure that are like 100K. And then there's one option that has all of the infrastructure all ready to go. Water, electricity, everything. And it's a mill. So I don't know if I'm going to go with that one because a mill is quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's to just like take a risk on. But then I think I would do the 100K option and then I would build the infrastructure, which would cost another like 300K. I just need to figure out how to get 50 of the cheapest homes that I can get that aren't.
I mean, you just have the streamers build them Habitat for Humanity style, right? So just, I don't know, you might even, I don't know if how early you want to start selling them stuff, like just, because if they are not bringing cars, you're going to have to supply chain all of the building materials as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking 3D printed homes because then we just need to put the roofs on them. And I have a friend who does roofing, so he could probably give me a good deal. So it'd be like, I think one 3D printed tiny home is like 10,000. So
okay.
If I build 50, it'd be 500K. I mean, all in all, yeah, maybe it'd be like 800K fully invested, 50 homes, infrastructure, and the price of the land.
No, that sounds not so bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you think this is stupid? Do you think I should not do it, or do you think it's like a legit, like it could work out?
In my mind, it's like I give it a slightly less than half chance to actually be financially viable on its own. But the fact that you can benefit from, you know, the entropy of whatever ends up happening via making content, I think makes it to where it's like pretty compelling, actually. Right? Because you could spend, I know it's not going to happen, but you could spend 400K on an event and it could flop, right? Like, if nothing else, I've done events during COVID years, like literally, you know, like another strain of COVID gets developed, you just like lost a couple $100 grand for no reason, right? Like, so I think under that basis of like, is it a good risk return, assuming part of your return comes in content, I think it's fantastic.
So when you say less than half, less than 50% chance of success. What do you think would cause it to not be successful?
I think everything is going to be very obvious within the first 6 months of, like, if you get the spark of, because, like, this is one of those things where it's like, the more people who go, the more people want to go, right? And so it's like, if you have a strong way to incentivize them, I would increase that rate of success. But, like, it all comes down to, like, that first 6 months, when you actually, like, buy a place, break ground, announce this thing, like, what happens? If you get, like, a settlement of people who are committing to it right out the gate, like, the chance is very good, right? Like, if you don't, like, it's going to be hard to get that party started, because basically the moment you announce it, I don't know if you want to, like, buy the place first and then announce the idea and then all that, like, that's the best, like, the most hype you're going to get until people are actually there doing things there, right? Because if there's no one there, there's not going to be like, oh, look, we saw, like, this monster and someone won a prize. Like, you need people there, and the way you're relying on getting them there is by, making that first announcement a big splash. And so then everything rides on, what happens in that first, call it 6 months, if that makes sense.
All right, so the only chance of failure is if people don't move, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, other than, like, I haven't looked into the legality issues. Like, if, like, someone, commits a crime there and we don't have, like, a law enforcement there, like how much is the town liable, right? That's, yeah.
I already looked it up. So basically, when you incorporate a town, you write in the paper of the incorporation, and you say in the paper what the town is going to provide and what the town will not provide. So we would just say the town will not provide police until a certain point, hospitals until a certain point, and then it's fine. I'm gonna basically do this thing. It's like legal slavery. So people are gonna work for free, and then Kick will actually will fund it through KPP, right? So the KPP is their, like, the money that they're getting. They just stream it, and then it's like free labor for me.
I mean, you think they'd be down for that?
What do you mean? Chicken Andy, I'm gonna stream all day building a house and get his $50 an hour KPP, whatever, dude.
Interesting. Wait, you can lock in people's KPP if they're doing what you want, you're saying?
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying if they just stream themselves building up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't have to pay them for the labor. The KPP will pay them for the labor.
No, that's true. All you'd have to do is, like, be in the background, and then they'd be more than happy to do it.
I'm trying to think of ways that I could leverage my following and the KPP system in a way where, like, we can change the world, Nick. We could do something crazy. Right? Like, KPP is the funding, and then I use my following to bring people to the spot, and then we can make a kingdom, Nick. If it is financially unfeasible to build plumbing and water, then I will spend no less than at least $100,000 on a public bathhouse.
All right. I mean,
so I'm talking shower, bathtub, toilet, marble, everything. $10,000 toilet, marble bathtub. Walk-in shower with something beautiful, right? So it's like, yeah, you're sacrificing not having a private bathroom, but it's a very nice public bathroom.
I mean, if nothing else, that only enhances the content possible, right?
Maybe an onsen or something. Like, this is how they do it in small Japanese villages. They don't have their own toilet. Everybody uses, like, one, like, bathhouse facility. This is how they did it in ancient Rome. They had bathhouses. Like, you put, like, 4 toilets in a bathhouse, a couple showers, make it super nice, and everybody loves it.